Alright, welcome to the 4-1 week. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take this Windows 8 and we're going to install it on this laptop via the disk, not the downloadable option. So the first thing I want to do is I want to turn on my computer and we're going to let it boot into Windows, and I'm just turning it on for a reason so we can see how long it actually takes to boot. Because one of the things in Windows 8, it actually says it boots faster. So we're going to time this and then actually test it and see how much quicker Windows 8 actually boots once we're installed on our laptop here. So we're just going to wait a second and wait for Windows to load. I'm going to log it in. We're going to get to our desktop, and then we're going to take the disk out and install it right within Windows 7. Alright, so I'm logging in. Keep in mind the time that it took my computer might be a little bit longer or slower compared to yours. All we're doing here is checking out the time frame difference between loading Windows 7 on my computer and loading Windows 8 on my computer. And if you look down here, I am using Windows 7 Professional, and we are going to be upgrading to Windows 8 Professional. So we are comparing, if you will, apples to apples on a PC. Alright, so while we're waiting for Windows to load, I'm going to go ahead and open this disk, and when I slide this case out, I can see that there are a few different copies within Windows. I get my welcome card, I have the 32-bit install as well as the 64-bit install, and then right here I have my product key. So when I take this out, on the back is my product key. I'm not going to let you see that because I don't want you using my version of Windows 8. So since we have the two options of 32-bit and 64-bit Windows 8, we might not necessarily know which one we're going to want to choose. So to make it easy, I'm going to show you one quick little step just to make sure we know which version of Windows we want to choose. Alright, once we get into the desktop, the easy way to figure out which version of Windows we have, we're going to click on Start. We're going to right click my computer, and then I'm going to select Properties. When I select Properties, right here it tells me I am dealing with a 32-bit operating system. So what I want to do is I want to grab my 32-bit operating system CD for Windows 8 Pro. I'll take the disk out. I'm going to open my drive, insert the disk. We'll close this, and it should automatically start an autoplay. Once autoplay is going, we'll just click Run Setup. It's going to verify all of my programs and applications are capable of updating. This may take a few minutes as well, so I may speed the video up. Alright, once that's done loading, I'm going to make sure I have Go Online to install updates now. That way, actually, yeah, let's do that. That way we can make sure that all of our updated software is going to be collected. Now I'm going to enter my product key, and I'm going to fast forward the tape just because, again, this is my key. It's something you cannot use, and I don't want it to cause any issues if you try to enter my product key on your installation. Okay, so I've entered my product key. It's accepted it. I'm going to accept the license terms. Click Accept. I want to make sure I keep my Windows settings, personal files, and apps. This apps is nothing more than programs that were installed within Windows. So I'm going to click Next, and this is going to take a few minutes. This is just checking to make sure all the programs that I currently have installed in Windows 7 are going to be compatible within Windows 8. Alright, so once it's checked all of my applications, it tells me what I can do and what I can't. So this is saying it's going to install Windows 8, and it's going to keep my personal files, settings, and applications. So I'm going to click Install, and this is going to take a little while, so I'm going to speed up the video while this is installing. so once it's loaded, it's going to ask me to personalize it and pick a color. I think I'm going to go with the gray and orange. I like the gray and orange. So we're going to use express settings. Actually, let's customize to see what's all here. So we want Windows to automatically install updates. Yes. We want to automatically update device drivers. Yes. We can turn on the smart screen filter. Why not? We'll leave it on, and send a do not track request on websites you visit on. Yeah, let's leave that on as well. Do we want to send anything to Microsoft? Help improve. We'll just leave it all as it is. Click next. Share online solution problems. We'll leave it all as it is. And it's going to finalize our settings. Alright, so once we get through updating our settings, this is going to bring us to the lock screen. And it's very simple to get out of the lock screen. You just click and drag up. It's going to ask me to give it a username. I'm going to give it the same username for this computer. This is my work computer. And we're going to sign in. I'm using a domain. Yours might have an email address. Alright, so here's Windows 8. We got our login screen. We can change our account picture. We can lock the computer, sign out, switch account. If I scroll the mouse, if I scroll across this bar, we can see some programs I have installed. I have Firefox, Dreamweaver, PowerPoint, Word, Paint, some programs I use. We have these live tiles updating and moving, keeping up with the weather, with some news, stock, things like that. There's a hurricane going on. We can click right here and go to our desktop and see nothing crazy has changed from Windows 7. If you didn't know any better other than the start button down here, you would think we were still on my same computer. If I move the mouse over to the right side of the screen, I get some different options. I get the date and the time. If I move it to the bottom right or the top right. Top left, we don't get anything. Bottom left, start button, we get the start screen. And with that, we'll wrap up installing Windows 8 on a Windows 7 computer. Now keep a lookout. I'm going to be posting some YouTube videos on how to, in Windows 8, how to do a bunch of things that's different from Windows 7, and how to make Windows 8 look a lot like Windows 7 and do some things that you might not think it can actually do. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.